people have painted some pretty fantastic views of the future.
And some pretty mixed up ones, too.
Easy living. It's always been just around the corner.
Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, it's the dream.
These new forms of vehicles will bring about special purpose roadways. Office buildings will combine.
Look, future from the future. We always thought the future would be tons of fun.
Dreamed of the future. We sure do.
The only difference is that today, with what we know and what we're learning to do, we really can bring our dreams to life. A living tribute to our richest resource, people. Here's a new kind of cityscape, the microprocessor. An entire computer on a tiny silicon chip. Crystals. Inspired by nature, now engineered by man for an ever-growing role in microelectronics. The world of liquid space, oceans of minerals and food ready to fuel tomorrow's needs. The DNA chain, life's molecular blueprint. Decoding its secrets is leading us to dramatically improved health. The sun. Today we're learning ways to harness its limitless energy.
That's our daughter she's talking to. She's doing wonders out there on one of those desert farms. Yeah?
Variable silver control computer.
Isn't it something? Send a city kid to college for 7 years and what happens? She becomes a farmer.
Oh, I think agricultural engineer is a little more like it.
Okay, but me, I'll take the city.
Yes, it's always exciting.
But hey, with today's transportation, we're just minutes away from our kids. Look at that, will you? A few years ago, this was all barren desert. No crops, no irrigation. Quite a transformation.
Harvest of 10. Finish picking the north quadrant, then recycle for cultivation.
I just wanted to let you know the weather guys are calling for showers out of the north.
Well, I'm not surprised. I can see the storm from here. Even the robots see it. Stand by, harvesters.
I mean real showers.
I believe it. Thanks for the warning. All harvesters, suspend irrigation programs.
Did you say Halloween? No, right, guys. Every name is to be a protection. Whoa, tell the truth. granddaughter be studying instead of flirting with that beach boy?
He is not a beach boy. He's studying marine biology there on the floating cities.
What do you know anything about laser box?
You know, you might just check that bin server, too.
Bin server? A couple of minutes, then I'll grab the substance. Go straight up.
Okay, but try to be on time this time.
Hey, I mean it. You're studying.
Follow your guiding rules. And never horse around while diving. Never. Don't even see horse around. Okay, class, settle down. Now we're almost ready to go. But before we do, let's review our diving rules one more time.
Floating cities, they're amazing. I mean, whole new industries have developed in them. And under them, mariculture, all sorts of marine mining, fuels, energy.
And fun. Remember fun?
I'm serious.
Well, so am I. Floating cities have opened up whole new ways for people to enjoy their lives, as well as their work.
There's always been something sort of mysterious about our oceans. We knew they were filled with valuable gifts for us.
Yeah, water and seaweed.
Very funny. But seawater has become an excellent source of energy, as well as being valuable for desert irrigation. And kelp.
Seaweed.
Kelp is a tremendous source of low-cost fuel. Oh, we found lots of good things.
Don't worry about me. Just worry about the connection. And get ready. You want me to come out there and show you how it's done?
Yeah, why don't you? I could use a little on-the-job training.
Don't rush it. We got plenty of time.
No problem, Jonesy.
Now there's my speed. Sports and exercise in zero gravity.
It looks like fun.
It is once you get the hang of it.
As soon as he manages to get your shoe. What about Napoleon? He needs match shoes, too. Napoleon's fine. Hey, Mom! What is it, Tommy? Look, Mom, I'm fine. Why don't you try?
Oh, now that's really lovely.
Practical, too. Just think, materials from space for all kinds of industries back on Earth. And that.
Uh-oh. We gotta...
Attention, please. Horizon 1 merge. Now
Attention Horizons passengers. You are invited to choose your own flight path back to the future port. Please look down at the lighted panels in front of you. Press one of the 3 ride choices: space, desert, or undersea. Everyone can choose. Majority rules. All passengers, make your selections now.
You're watching Sleepcore. Pleasant dreams.
Jettison Disneyland 1, Space Mountain Code 2, clear for takeoff.
Instrumentation.
Instrumentation, go.
Propulsion.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
Electrical.
Go.
All personnel, clear the launch platform.
Space Mountain. It could only happen at Disneyland.
Experience it now.
On the high ground of the Century 21 Exposition Grounds in Seattle, 5 pure white open arches rise 100 feet above clear waters sprinkled by many fountains. At least the fountains will be going soon, and the pools will be filled. Surrounding this amazingly beautiful courtyard, there is a complex of 6 buildings, all repeating again and again the space-age Gothic motif of the arches. And inside these buildings, there is now taking final shape the most elaborate exhibit on science ever assembled by government or by industry. In fact, the $10 million U.S. science exhibit represents the largest cash outlay ever made for any exhibit based on a single theme. Here, there is well over 250,000 square feet of floor space dedicated to pure science. The whole is far too much to take in one gulp, but our television cameras are here now to bring you a preview glimpse, and we are here to bring you the story of the tremendous efforts that have gone into what many now believe will be the most awe-inspiring feature of the Seattle World's Fair. Looks like quite a climb, doesn't it? Many people get quite heavy-footed right about at this point. Won't you believe it? Although it looked like I was walking uphill, in actuality, I was walking downhill. Hard to believe, you say? Watch this. You see, it was all an illusion. I'm Bill Nielsen, and we're here to take you on another tour into the world of tomorrow.
World of Tomorrow, an inside view of Century 21, the Seattle World's Fair. The longer you look at the architecture of the U.S. Science Pavilion at the World's Fair, the more fascinating it becomes. And every time you move to a new vantage point, you get a new perspective. The Science Pavilion was designed by Minoru Yamasaki, who used to live in Seattle, along with Seattle architects Naramore, Bain, Brady, and Johansson. When you look at the structure from the south, at the downtown edge of the fairgrounds, there's something mighty and massive about it. As though rising out of millenniums of accumulated knowledge from man's past, there rises the pure white of science. The contrast in color and texture is accented by the lines of the space Gothic design, perhaps symbolizing the never-ending search for man's new knowledge and understanding of man's environment. Looking at it one way, in the wall panel design, you may see infinity symbols standing on end. The open arches that dominate the area present a lacy effect at the top. In them, you can almost see the crystal structure of a snowflake. But they, like the buildings, are made of precast concrete. And stream rocks, ground smooth by nature's thousands upon thousands of years, are repeated in the floors of all the surrounding pools. The concrete fountains, planters, and wall panels are made with quartz aggregate to give them their gleaming white appearance. It would be hard to imagine a more inspiring setting than this 6.5 acres of pools, gardens, walkways, patios, terraces, and surrounding buildings. Inside the buildings, there are more than 100 exhibits and 3 different theaters, two of them quite revolutionary in design. On the outside or the inside, nobody has ever seen anything like this before. This is an artist's conception of the route through space you'll travel in the United States Boeing Spacearium. Nothing like it has ever been attempted before. The government provided the building, the Boeing company provided the Spacearium system.
Cinerama is prime contractor on the project. A hemispheric screen, 78 feet in diameter, has been created for this theater, the world's largest movie screen. The production was filmed by the world's largest and widest angle motion picture lens. The Boeing company said, "We want a lens that will do this." There was no such lens in existence, and some thought it could not be done. But Fairchild Camera and Instrument Corporation developed it especially for the Boeing film. The revolutionary lens will be used for projection as well as filming the ride through space.
Now the huge screen has been installed in building number 3 at the Science Pavilion. 3,600 aluminum triangles, altogether 8 tons, are suspended from the ceiling. As it's lighted now, you can see in the center of your picture the shadow of the supporting structure that holds the screen above the audience in the Spacearium. Now, if we turn off the overhead lights, you can see that it really is a screen, not just a mesh. On it, the picture is projected all around the audience, a full 360 degrees, and the picture arches over the audience in a 160-degree arc. This cutaway drawing will give you a full view of the whole arrangement. There are handrails for the stand-up audience, and many will feel that they will have to hold on tight during their 12-minute ride. In the center, you see the structure that holds the special projection equipment. With the screen already in place, work is now being completed on installation of the projector and the sound system for your ride through space. The giant lenses have already arrived from California. The entire system will be ready for test runs before the fair opens. Imagine taking off from Earth late one December afternoon and traveling 2 billion light years into outer space. That's the experience that awaits you at the Spacearium.
You're watching Sleepcore, media for insomnia.
Welcome to Futurama 2. Welcome to a journey into the future. A journey for everyone today into the everywhere of tomorrow. Let us explore together the future. A future not of dreams, but of reality. It is now tomorrow. On the moon, there is no air to breathe, no rain to fall, no sound that can be heard. Yet here is man, exploring, building his first bridgehead in his span of space. Lunar rovers float magically over powdered plains, range the crater's edge, their elastic train-like bodies conforming to every surface character of the moon. Here are bases of communication and supply, islands of existence built to withstand the melting heat of the lunar day, the shattering cold of the lunar night. Men in space now monitor the Earth, while men on Earth are finding a whole new world of answers to the worldwide needs of man. A diamond brilliance draws us to a frozen shore, to Antarctica, the southern polar cap of the world. Here, nations of the world, speaking the common language of science, probe for the Earth's secrets through countless centuries of ice. In mobile laboratories, form expeditions into the vast white wastelands of the still unknown. And here is Weather Central, forecasting to the world the great climatic changes born in the Antarctic's never-ending winds. Technicians, kept warm within their walls of ice, gather data from the depths of space, from polar winds, surrounding seas, in microseconds, relaying information wherever needed, anywhere on Earth. 3/4 of our Earth lies beneath the cold, still deeps of the sea, a water world in which we now can find abundance far beyond our dreams. Now we can farm and harvest a drifting, swimming, never-ending nourishment, food enough to feed 7 times the population of the Earth. In aquacopters, search the ocean floor to find miles deep, vast fields of precious minerals and ores. And in the deepest trenches of the seas, study at first hand long-hidden secrets of survival. Work easily the rich oil deposits of the continental shelves, while trains of submarines transport materials and goods along the waterways of the undersea. And in warmer seas are new realms of pleasure. A weekend, if you wish, at Hotel Atlantis in the Kingdom of the Sea. A holiday of thrills and of adventure, of radiant wonders in the sun-bright gardens of the sea. Fabulous coral reefs lead us back to the land, an equatorial land. Now, technology has found a way to control the wild profusion of this wonder world. A jungle road is built in one continuous operation. First, a searing ray of light, the laser beam, cuts through the trees. Then a giant machine, a factory on wheels, grinds up the stumps and jungle growth, sets the firm foundation, forms the surface slabs, sets them in place, and the roadway bed is paved. These forest highways now are bringing to the innermost depths of the tropic world the goods and materials of progress and prosperity, creating productive communities that can enter profitably the markets of the world, and offering to us all enchanting tours through the storybook forests of tropic lands. The mountain barrier, legendary challenge of man, now invites communal living in a world of awesome beauty. A new system of highways spans the continents to transport men and goods swiftly and separately across the land. And for our deserts, a new technology, waters from the sea made fresh as rain to nourish crops planted in the sand, produce from seed to shipment, programmed and processed by a new agriculture, a science of plenty for an ever-growing world. People live today where they will. Neither terrain nor distance a deterrent to where the men of the city build their homes. All roads lead, as they have for centuries, to the great centers of commerce and communication, as the Continental Highway now leads us to the city of tomorrow. Plazas of urban living rise over freeways. Vehicles, electronically paced, travel routes remarkably safe, swift, and efficient. Towering terminals serve sections of the city, make public transportation more convenient, provide ample space for private cars, and from a lower level, covered moving walks radiate to shopping areas that are now truly marketplaces of the world. Its traditions and its faiths preserved, there is new beauty and new strength in the city of tomorrow. Technology can point the way to a future of limitless promise, but man must chart his own course into tomorrow, a course that frees the mind and the spirit as it improves the well-being of mankind.
You're watching Sleepcore. Sleep tight.
See what else he's got on his videotape. Oh.
And we want to talk to you about it now.
You know how exciting that can be. Because there's so much. You can use it as a don't float when you win. Just tell your friends to come up here and try and win one themselves. Hey, here it is, the hottest thing around. Spin the wheel.
Spin, Mama, spin.
Give away the Casio t-shirts. Or the excitement builds as we hit Thursday.
Precise control is very important when you're playing high-speed games. Notice please also that the U4 system does not have an ulterior power source. It connects directly to the Nintendo unit. You don't need an additional power source.
All you won't do is go have a sleep in, don't have a shower. Other than that, don't do that.
sunfire. It takes a tightly contoured style and marries it with an expressive and strong aerodynamic use of lights.